welcome back to New York. And Irv, it's a pleasure to have Jack Youngblood here. You don't miss it today, do you, big fella?
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Let's take everybody to the scoreboard, get you up to date right now. Tampa Bay ambushed Chicago early in Soldier Field. Steve DeBerg has thrown 3 touchdown passes in that game. What about DeBerg, Jack? Does he have potential to be a winner?
He really does. And under the system with Lehman Bennett, he's gonna make some things happen in the NFL.
All right, Irv, what about Jim McMahon?
Boy, you have to like Jim McMahon and his attitude. He's a tough guy, great competitor. Like that haircut he has, too, with a little tail in the back. You know, here he rolls out to his right and hits his wide receiver for a touchdown.
Now, Steve DeBerg has thrown just 9 passes in this game, 3 of them for touchdowns. This, the bomb, 44 yards, and we get an update out of Chicago that Tampa Bay has gone in again. So put up another touchdown for him and make it 28-17, the update on that game. Kansas City and New Orleans and the Chiefs. Remember what the Greeks said in the pregame show. Beware the Chiefs. 26-3, they winning there. St. Louis and Cleveland, and of course many of you are watching that game. 7-3, the Browns are being tough on that Cardinal defense. Here is Neil Lomax, and he's starting to develop, isn't he, Jack?
He really is. That boy's got a cannon for an arm, and he can make things happen with the pass.
Well, here he is going to Earl Farrell. Farrell got it down to the 4-yard line. That set up a touchdown burst by Otis Anderson, and O.J.'s having a big day.
He is, Brent, but one of the things he wants to do is concentrate on holding the ball. He had a lot of fumble problems last year, and he said this year he's going to hang on. This time he took a few Browns in with him.
And, of course, Matt Barr has the Brown field goal. All right, now, the Indianapolis Colts are being routed by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Luis Lips has already caught 2 touchdown passes, 6 balls for 111 yards for the Steelers in that game. Seattle over Cincinnati, they are not yet quite at the half. It is 21-10. Oh, they have gone to the half. 21-10, Seahawks leading there. Atlanta and Detroit, the Falcons have jumped into the lead there in the second quarter, 21-14. Now, the rest of you are watching this particular game. Packers look sluggish. We expected more out of that team this year. Patriots jumped on them earlier.
Well, of course, one of the things Green Bay wanted to do is, of course, contain that highly potent Patriot offense. And Tony Collins, a great little running back here, skirts outside for an 11-yard touchdown. That's great movement.
Here's Jack Youngblood's favorite play of the afternoon. Coming up right now, go get the quarterback.
Absolutely. And in the end zone where it counts. Right? The only time a defensive lineman can really score.
But some of these defensive guys get beat up. Check over there is Lynn Dickey. There it is, huh? Irv, that's a big injury for Green Bay.
Boy, Mike Douglas kind of anchors that Green Bay defense. He went out with a fractured clavicle. They cannot afford to lose him.
Yeah, exactly. He's a good player. Miami and Houston now. 13-9. Dan Marino was shaken up, not serious. He has gone back into the game, and they are at the half there. Philadelphia and the Giants. Giants got their 2 touchdowns quickly at the opening quarter, and after that, the weather and the defense started dominating. Here's Phil Simms.
Well, Phil Simms has finally gotten to the point where I think he's being recognized as a complete pro quarterback. Here, rolling out, hits Lionel Manuel for a 23-yard touchdown. Nice touch.
Watch this sack coming up here, big fella.
Look out, Jaworski.
I'm sure you yelled that when you were coming. Yeah,
that's right.
You bet. And here comes Joe Morris. And the Giants have got both their touchdowns. And folks, look at what happened over in the Meadowlands. I mean, the skies opened up, and those fellows left from the Springsteen concert. They enjoyed it. What about playing in the rain?
It's fun. It's fun. You slip, you slide, it makes you cool, too.
Yeah, it does make you cool, right? All right, now to the scoreboard. And, of course, we can see that the San Francisco 49ers lead Minnesota 7-0. Bit of a surprise, but the return of Bud Grant. And the Vikings fumbled right away, and then Roger Craig. What about him, Jack?
Roger Craig has become a dominant force on the San Francisco offensive outlook. He goes in for a score here. He's definitely a force.
Irv, then Joe Montana was injured. Is it serious?
Well, anytime you get your starting quarterback nicked, it's serious. And a guy like Montana, you want to protect at all times. Here he's forced to scramble out of the pocket. As he rolls out, Willie Teal nips him there, and he bruised his ankle a little bit. He did come back, though.
Then Matt Cavanaugh came in for a couple of series. Oh, Freddie Solomon was all alone. That had 6 written on it. And, Jack, who do you blame, the quarterback or the wide receiver?
Well, I think I'd have to blame the quarterback there for overthrowing it.
I would, too. What about you, Irv?
You always blame the quarterback.
You know, we get an update out of Chicago's Wrigley Field. Pete Rose, who, if you were watching the NFL today, just minutes before he came on the air, learned that a right-handed pitcher was going to go for the Cubs, quickly put himself into the starting lineup. He has singled in the first inning in Wrigley Field. He has now closed to within 2 of breaking Ty Cobb's record. And what he told us is if he can break it in Wrigley Field, he will not wait to get back home in Cincinnati because they're still in a pennant race. And the NFL Today continues on CBS after these messages from your blood. Doesn't ordinarily talk tennis, but Jack, what do you think about our championship?
Tennis, to me, is like eating quiche, Brent. However, I think that John McEnroe, he may have the attitude and the capability of playing some other game.
All right. What do you think about the final?
We're back here at the half, and the Cleveland Browns are the first team to re-enter the stadium. Hank, with a score of 7-3, St. Louis, and the Cardinals will get the second half kickoff. I kind of think this grass field does slow the Cardinals down a bit.
I don't think there's any question about it. I think when you're used to practicing and working on synthetic turf, you're a lot faster, you feel faster. You get on grass, you feel like you're running in quicksand. I think there's a dramatic difference, no question about it.
Then when they get around that baseball part of the field, why, it costs them a lot of footing. Let's watch the first touchdown by Anderson, 4 yards.
Yeah, they come in. Now there's Anderson coming to the inside, and Rogers, number 20, makes a big mistake by trying to tackle him high. He's very strong, and you have to hit him low if you're going to bring him down. But look at the power and look at the determination on the part of Otis Anderson. He gets into the pile and comes out the other end, gets his touchdown. They go ahead 7-0.
And we saw that Roy Green was up to his old tricks with Minifield covering him.
Yeah, look at this. Minifield turns to the inside right off the bat. He expects to get some help. He makes a little move to the outside, which slows down Minifield, runs right by him. The safety man doesn't get over to help, but he catches the end of the ball. Fantastic catch by Roy Green.
But
unbelievable.
Then St. Louis missed a field goal try, and here was one right at the close of the half.
Yeah, this is lucky. They get by with Murder this time. Washington looks like he gets a shot at the receiver Adams while the ball is still in flight, and it looked like from this angle that it should have been a pass interference.
Yeah, both Hank and I had that impression when we saw the play live, and then later when we saw the replay of it, that there was a little early contact. And we're getting ready to go in the second half. There is Kozari. Where's number 19?